Y'all excuse my appearance.
Girl.
Bear with me. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Decade Twins podcast. Let me do that again. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Decade Twins podcast.
Hold on. Start.
So,
this gonna be a wreck to edit.
hey, everybody. Welcome to the Decade Twins podcast. We are back with another great show for you all. We're gonna go into depth of like how it was, I guess, reuniting.
Yeah.
All right, with our dad,
Mm-hmm.
our estranged father.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna talk about today. Moni.
This is something. It happened. I guess it's been kind of recent. About 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been about 4 years since he's come back into the picture. But before then, he was invisible about 20-something years,
Mm-hmm.
I'll say. Yeah, about 25, 26 years. So for me, I had a lot of memories of him. But as far as Trish, because we're 10 years apart, she didn't have as many memories.
Mm-hmm. Just a few.
And then our little brother, he
don't
have any at all. So yeah.
For me, it was weird, of course, because I didn't know who he was. I know when you had first called or something, you was like, y'all, I think this is daddy, because it was like somebody had called for him.
Well, because I contacted our older brother first, Antoine. Mm-hmm. Because what happened is somebody just randomly sent me a text message. Mm-hmm. And they was like, the words were so broken up, it was kind of hard to understand. Mm-hmm. But it was like, your dad is in this location and he has had a stroke. They was just giving me information on him. At first I'm like, well, how did you even get my number? Mm-hmm. So then I contacted one of our older brothers. Contacted one of our oldest brothers, and he was like, whoever contacted me had already contacted him on Facebook, and he was trying to find out and see if this was really somebody that was linked to our dad before they got to me, but they had already like reached out to me. Mm-hmm. So long story short, as far as that part of it, end up calling the number, and my dad actually was the one who answered the phone. So it wasn't somebody.
Oh, he was just posing.
Yes,
as another person.
As another person, and that's why the message was so broken up, because he did have the stroke. Mm-hmm. So he couldn't spell and type correctly. So it was actually him posing as somebody else. I guess he wanted to see like how I would communicate or whatever, or if I would accept the invitation to communicate and all of that. And then after I found out it actually was him, that's when I contacted y'all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that was crazy.
Right.
I know at the beginning I was just like, oh, okay. Like I ain't really.
Yeah.
I had no emotional attachment or anything. And I didn't at that time, like I didn't care about getting to know him, because I was just like, you know how we be talking about like the men leave and they come back and they all broken down.
Right.
Nightmare on LG. Hey, Queen.
When you are old and ran through.
Baby, can you? Oh, my knees, baby. I can't pick you up like I could when I was young and living life. Get out of here, yo.
Right now I don't want you. Right.
That's how I felt. I was like, so he gonna come if he didn't have strokes and stuff.
Right.
Like you can't even you know, be active in our lives and stuff like that. It's like, now you coming? Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, what in the world? I don't want your broke down either. What in the world?
But for me, yeah. I communicated with him for a long, extended period of time. I think it was like months before he actually let me know that he was moving closer to our location. And I end up having him to actually stay with me, which I think I was the only one out of, because we have a lot of siblings, but it's four siblings that have the same father. Okay, so out of the four of us, mostly the other three was kind of like, Simone, why is you letting this man stay with you? You know, Antoine was a little more open to it but that's because him and I have more memories. They hardly knew him. Okay, as far as him and Trisha and
Z.
They hardly knew him, so for them it was more weird. But for me and Antoine, even though Antoine was still like, I don't know, I don't trust it, but he was still. Okay, if that's what you feel like you need to do or it's okay to do, I got your back with it or whatever. But he couldn't understand why. But for me, it was more of a spiritual thing concerning it, which I'm not going to go deep into that. Maybe I'll go deep into that another time, because if you're not on the level of spirituality that I am, it'd be hard for you to understand. But yeah, I was just like, okay, you can come stay with me for a little while. And he stayed with me for about 2 years. Was it 2? Or about a year?
Yeah, maybe about
a year, a little over a year. And then he ended up moving into his own place, which that's where he's at now. So, how did you, what did you really, because you never really said like what you felt when I did decide to move him in.
Look, I'm trying to remember because that was a little while ago.
Yeah.
What did I feel? I don't know, cause like even when you moved him in or he was around and stuff, he wasn't around.
Yeah.
So it was like I forgot about him, honestly. Like even though saying he was here at your house, I like forgot about him. I still be forgetting about him sometimes. I do.
Right.
It's just like, oh yeah, I do have a dad now.
I do remember one time you was like, because y'all know we have a son. Okay, I have a son, she has a son. So for him to be here, I do remember one time you asked, like, do I trust him?
Yeah.
Around MJ. And I was like, yeah, which it took me a while. Even though I felt I trusted him, it took me a while to like leave MJ here with him. It took me a long time to do that. But he's never, when I was little, he's never did anything to me that was inappropriate or anything. He was really, really overprotective, which was surprising that he actually left us because of how overprotective he was of his children. Like, so there's still some unanswered questions.
Yes.
Which I have just gained peace that I may not ever get the answers to. I just found peace in it. Like,
yeah.
Even if we was to get answers, I don't think it will ever be enough anyway. Because to me, there's no excuse.
No, yeah.
Unless you're dead. That's the only excuse. Even if you locked up, it's still no excuse because you have visitation. You know
I know, like one time when I talked to him, but I think he was so, doctor them back. He was saying something like he was trying to protect mommy or something because somebody was looking for her or something like that, or looking for his family or something. That's why he had left and he stayed away. I don't know. Sometimes I think he lives in it.
Yeah, some of the reasons it didn't make sense to me either, which that's why I know that's not the reason. Like, And I have peace with knowing I'm not gonna ever get the real reason.
Yeah.
So I don't even ask anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know it, like once you had told me like you was comfortable with him watching MJ and stuff like that, you was I don't know what it was, but I used to drop Paris off for him to watch Paris. I wouldn't even ask this man. I'm just like, you gonna watch him, bro. You got a lot to make up for, my boy. Like, you gonna watch him. I really did. But then I had to, like, check myself. Like, Trisha, that is not right. Like, you can't just do that. But that's how I felt. Like, you owe me so much time. Like, here, you want to babysit periods.
Right.
I didn't even ask.
And there was a time where he had said, actually recently, where he had said that, you know, he's trying to make up for it through the grandchildren and make sure he's in their life and stuff. And he was like, you know, I can't undo. He didn't say those words exactly, but I can't undo the past. Yeah. But I can at least try to, you know, be there for my grandkids and stuff. So
yeah, he would express that to me.
What you was doing, y'all was kind of on the same page, but you was just.
But I was just like, you gonna watch him. Like he was my baby. Right. Like, I'll be back Sunday. But yeah, that was, yeah. And I had to get out of that.
Yeah.
So I was like, that ain't right.
And like Trisha said, she still sometimes forgets that he.
To, you know, call him.
Yeah, I find myself doing the same thing. And then I have to make myself kind of remember, like for my mom, it's nothing for me. I'm going to talk to my mom almost every day in the week. Okay, it may be one day where we skip a day, but I'm gonna get a text from her or something. Like, it's gonna be some type of communication, whether it's via social media or something. My mama we gonna hear from my mama. But with him, I have to kind of make myself or remind myself, like, let me call daddy. To see what he's up to.
Call, he'd be like, I ain't heard from you. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, my bad.
Yes.
But it's still which is crazy because it's been 4 years, but it's still something I gotta get in, you know, used to and stuff like that. But
because like you
it's
have to
better
think,
than it was before.
Right. And you have to think it's 4 years out of, for me it's been 4 years out of 39. So all that time I wasn't calling, because even when he was in the picture I was a kid, you know. So during my whole entire teenage and adult life he was non-existent. So we gotta retrain our minds, and that's gonna take time, you know. But absolutely. We forgiven, still processing it, and still have to recover from some damage that has been done.
Yes.
As far as this being women who grew up without their dad, it's a lot of things.
Like many.
Yeah. But there's a lot of effects from that. What can you say is something that you noticed about yourself that stems from him not being there? Deep.
Right. I know it's going to be like my behavior towards men, of course. My behavior towards men is like I was talking to you the other day, like I cut them off before they cut me off. Like that is something that I do. I don't even give them a chance. I just like, okay.
And point out every flaw.
Lock and delete.
Right.
Sure enough. But yes, I do that. And I would think that is. Of course, it's other things too. Like just the type of guys that I've picked. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like you try your hardest. I know for me, I tried my hardest to make sure I did not pick anybody like him, and still somehow I end up drawing somebody that was very similar to him. Right. And it's crazy, like for you notice how you treat men, you just cut them off. Yeah. Now for me, what I've noticed, which a lot of change has happened, but in the past I've noticed where I didn't cut off those that I should have cut off. You know, so it's like two opposite ends of extremes and no balance in the middle. I should have cut people off because I was kind of more like my mother. Like, oh, no matter what you do, I'm going to be loyal. I'm going to be there. When you come back, I'm still going to be here because that's how deeply I love. So I didn't cut off people that I should have cut off. Yeah. But now, now it's like she'll cut you off before any explanation or anything. I find myself it's hard for me to even open up to even get there to cut somebody off. It's just like as soon as I see something, that's just the end. Yeah. Like, I don't like that status you put up. Yeah. It's over. Yeah. But I'm learning how to find, balance in it.
And I'm real, like, I think with him too, I'm real, I'm not going to say like tough or judgmental, but I'm very... So if you enjoyed this video today, be sure to click on one of these links to view more, and also click on the link right here to subscribe, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know when we upload. All right, y'all. Peace.